It's really cool. It's like an iconic thing. It's fun to say that and actually mean it. I really do feel like I'm part of something that I don't remember it not being something in my life. So it's really cool to crowbar my way into it. I don't think anybody can think of something more important than like the planet. And it's something that everybody should be talking about more, and it's astounding to me that we don't. So I chose to go with some green stuff to talk about today. Diversity is a tremendously important thing, and I'm glad that it's something that is now very, very strong on everybody's radar. I think that the way this world has expanded via social media and the 85,000 different networks there are and all of the different versions of entertainment or communication in general has really kind of helped along awareness that there are so many different people who are also at the same time the same and equal and one.
When I was asked to be a part of the More You Know campaign, I was really honored because it's something that I've grown up watching, and it's something that when you see the messages, it's very inspiring, it's very uplifting, but you also learn a lot. So it's a huge honor, and I'm excited to be a part of it. I think this campaign has had so much longevity and has been so successful because the message is simple. It's all about positivity, and the message is easy for people to relate to, and when you watch it, you feel good. Whether you're smiling, whether you're learning, whether it's just a simple fact, like something you didn't know before, and now you do know, so hence the more you know. But it's just positivity, and I think the world needs more positivity and kindness. Well, diversity is very important for me, especially working in the WWE, because we have so many different superstars from every walk of life, and we really embrace all of each other's unique qualities.
I'm so honored. Honestly, for me, it seems like everything this campaign is about is what my life has been about. And it feels amazing to actually be part of a group where we're together on this journey together of making, like showing the important things in the world and doing good and pointing out the things that we all need to work on, all of us. And this collectiveness of this project, I think, is so essential and critical, especially in the world right now. So I'm truly honored, and I'm really happy to be here. I'm a refugee. We left Iran because there was a war, and I moved to Germany, and I grew up there as well. And then we left from there because the Berlin Wall fell and racism, and so at a very young age, I experienced a lot of very, very intense things, and it really made me understand these virtues in a first-hand way, not reading about them. And so this means a lot to me, actually, and it's very, very personal. I think the best mantras are very simplistic, but we have to really understand them for what they are. I believe that we should treat people like we want to be treated ourselves. There are no two standards. The way you want to be treated with love and respect, but you can't give it to others. So treat your world the way you want to be treated. Very simple.
Yeah, I remember being a little kid and seeing actors that were on other NBC shows. After you'd watch the show, The More You Know, and it was one of those things that you learned something from it, and you were learning from someone you looked up to, from someone that you admired. And I think being on the other end of it and now being someone who's trying to teach the lesson, it's exciting. It's definitely a good feeling to be able to give back to something that I know I saw when I was a kid and looked up to. Diversity, I think making sure that kids know how very equal we all are, women, men, ethnic diversity, spiritual diversity, sexual preference, any of that it doesn't matter. We're all human beings. We're all people. We all are very deserving of happiness. So I think to promote equality, to promote hopefully a kindred way of being with whoever you stand to be, whoever you are sharing shoulder room with, is a good thing. One of the topics was to make sure you stay connected to that generation that came before us. So that was one that I picked. I thought is very important. It's one that I tried to do.
It's just a huge honor to be asked. Obviously, I've been recognized for my role on The Real Housewives of Orange County, and a gym owner and a mother and a Christian, and it just is a huge honor to be amongst so many fabulous people that have done this campaign. Health, fitness, that's our life, and Eddie and I both live an extremely healthy lifestyle, and being on the show that I'm on, it was our goal to really get health and fitness out there to everybody, to the masses, and I definitely used my platform to do that. I knew that I wanted to do something positive with my platform. I've always been into fitness, but I kind of took it to another level in the last year. Being on the show, and our studio is definitely highlighted, I knew that I can reach so many women, especially in the 40s, that struggle with their weight. And I wanted to prove that age is just a number. So this year I competed in my first fitness competition and won. And it was just, I wanted to empower other people, other women.
Very fond memories, very vivid memories of being a kid. I was probably 10 or 11 years old, and I'd just be at home and flipping around the TV, and it just came on. Doo, 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 doo. I feel like I have a good pitch there. Do you like that? And I would always watch and listen. What are they going to say? And it's something that always stuck with me. So when they asked me to be a part of it, duh, of course, I would love to. And the message gets out there. There's great messages, and people really pay attention to it. So yeah, this is a big honor for sure. Bullying is a big thing. Obviously, with social media these days, anybody can be a bully. There's so many people hiding in their parents' basements, whether they're kids or older people, and they're just not nice people, and they're really brutal to kids or adults. So I think it's really important to tackle that, to talk about it, to bring it up and address it head on. I volunteer at a church here in Los Angeles, and whether it's out helping park cars or setting chairs up or greeting people, it makes people feel comfortable when they walk into a place. Maybe it's their first time coming, and I think it's incredibly important. I think sometimes you have to swallow your pride and you have to volunteer and you have to help out, whether you're really passionate about it or you have to help out a little bit to become passionate about it. I would encourage everybody to be a part of a community and volunteer with something.
I remember my first year doing The More You Know. I mean, it's at first you're like, I'm so honored to even be a part of it. But over the years, I think you learn how much it works, right? How much it rings in people's ears. The more you know. I mean, it's almost become sort of a meme of its own. But that's a sign of effective marketing. And if you attach a message to it that is constructive and encouraging and helpful to people's lives, why would you not want to be a part of that? I get feedback all the time on The More You Know. My coworkers are jealous, right? That's the first thing. Everyone wants to do it at work. Your parents are proud. And hopefully people who you've never met take something away from it. I did one on texting and driving. And that's a big story now. I mean, you've seen the number of accidents going up because people are doing that. Hopefully, somewhere out there, someone saw that and didn't text and drive as a result. So you know you're doing some good. You might not see it all the time, but you're doing some good.
This is a campaign that I remember, this has been going on for over 30 years. I remember as a kid watching NBC programming and the Today Show and the nightly news and seeing do-do-do-do with the little star that would come across and just really short snippets of valuable pieces of insight. And to be able to be a part of this campaign, I mean, I've seen all the celebrities they've used throughout the years, the big movie stars, and I mean, the fact that I'm considered to do this was such an honor, and I think it's such a valuable message, the messages that we do convey with this campaign. I just feel like I'm making an impact to those that are watching at home and the strong messages that we're looking to give to them. One of the topics I'll be discussing is the environment. Health is another one, and fruits and vegetables being an important part of our diet on a day-to-day basis. I take great pride in keeping myself very fit and healthy, and I think that's a really important message that we convey to our audience, is the importance of maintaining this lifestyle. Everybody's so busy, we're all on our phones, we're all stressed out in our day-to-day lives, but if you just take a minute to take care of yourself, that will go such a long distance in what you're trying to achieve. I am so passionate about our youth getting to understand the importance of education and to not get wrapped up in, the nuances of social media or the things that may affect children these days that didn't necessarily affect me when I was growing up, because times have changed so much. So the foundation of education starts really young, but it continues, throughout our lives. And I just believe that if you want to be successful and you want to be, for me, a strong woman, you have to have that foundation of education under your belt.
I love doing this. I've grown up on this campaign, and it's an honor to be a part of it. So today we covered diversity, health, cyberbullying, and environment. All topics that I love to talk about, so it's awesome to be back. People are really, they love that I get to be a part of this. Friends that I grew up with, family members that I grew up with. I mean, this is really an iconic brand to be a part of. So it's very special to be a part of it. I kind of pinch myself thinking I get to be here to do this, like it's, all a dream. But it's real, and it's great. These spots make a lasting impact on kids and adults. I remember one from 1990. It was Will Smith, and he was doing one about education. The more you know, the further you go. And that was right at the time where I was graduating high school and about to go to college. And I just wanted education to be over with. It just felt like it was going on forever, but I knew I had to get a college degree. And it's simple messages like that that help reinforce just things that you already know and things that you need to do, but they're good reminders. Cyberbullying is super important, and I think that it is here to stay, unfortunately. So the more kids know about the impact of their words online or their actions online, the better. That goes for adults too. So environment, especially because we have to live on this planet together, so we have to treat it with respect and understand what that means as it goes to our universal footprint. Each one of us has a footprint that we deliver on this earth, so we have to be kind to it.
It's pretty wild to be a part of it. I did grow up watching them. I remember vividly as a kid, watching cartoons on Saturday morning and seeing the spot, with the star afterwards. It's an honor. I think it's such an important thing that you guys do, and that I can be a part of it. I'm really grateful for that. The environment, for me, is the largest priority that we have as a generation, as a group of people. I've always felt that if we don't take care of our home and our planet, every other issue kind of goes away if we don't have somewhere to live. So to be respectful and to try to do the best we can to preserve this incredible planet that we have. Diversity is incredibly important to me. I grew up in New York City, and I've seen firsthand and experienced firsthand the wealth of kindness and culture, and how amazing that is for everyone to be around, that we can learn from each other and grow together as a community. It is New York City. It's what really makes us New Yorkers, and it's something we're very proud of. I'm dyslexic, and I grew up looking up to Albert Einstein, who is also famous dyslexic. And the quote that I remember, being kind of hammered into me as I was growing up was, "Try not to be a man of success, but try rather to be a man of value." And it's always meant a lot to me, and I try to live by that as best I can.
I love, love, love being a part of this campaign. I think it's so wonderful, the little tiny ways that you can make a difference. I used to play The More You Know when I was a kid, so now I'm just playing it, but actually for real. So it's always a treat. I mean, it was fun to see celebrities and faces that were familiar to me talking about things that were important. And I think I went from there and really made it my own, in my own kitchen, in my own bathroom, with my own siblings. The things I thought important became the script for my home, The More You Know campaign. But it was inspired by watching the messaging that I was seeing on television. Internet safety. So kids today are growing up with the internet as their playground. And I think it's so important to treat the safety that they're understanding around the playground the same way you would treat teaching a kid to be safe in their neighborhood. And the more common it becomes to raise a kid with awareness and good judgment around the internet, the better chances they are of having a better relationship with that technology, since it's going to be a part of their lives.
It feels amazing to be chosen to do The More You Know. It's kind of like my award, because I don't get many acting awards. So this, to me, is my Emmy. So I'm going to take it, I'm going to go home, and I'm going to build an Emmy that looks similar to the Globe. And then I'm going to put The More You Know under it, and I'm going to put it right next to the other Emmy awards that I never got, that I created myself. Financial literacy for anybody would be important, children or adults. I'm still trying to find my financial literacy. I'm still trying to save my money and get on the right page.
I've been watching this More You Know campaign for a very long time, and I'm very honored to be a part of it this time around. I know that girls have been told that they're not math and science people, and that that's a guy's world. And it turns out that girls are great at math and science. And I think it's important for girls out there who love math and science to know that there is a world that will welcome their talents. And for most of them, just don't even think about the fact that in the past, women haven't been put in those positions. Just take your seat at the table and don't apologize for it.
The messages are short and punchy. In the space of 15 or 30 seconds, I get something to take home. I get some piece of information that stays with me, that's delivered by somebody I know and recognize and hopefully like a little bit. For all the jobs I do, and there are a lot of them, I've lost track at this point, the one you hear about a lot is, you were the More You Know guy. You're in The More You Know. I said, well, yeah, that was one thing I did for 30 seconds, but what about all that other cool stuff I do? So I'll take that, though. If I get to be part of The More You Know, that's fine with me. As a kid growing up, you'd see that rainbow and the star going across. You knew exactly what that meant, that you were getting some positive, uplifting message. So to be on the other side of it is a little surreal, I have to say, to be able to deliver that message at some kid like I was 30 years ago, watching the same kind of message is very cool. I wanted to focus on education and teachers more specifically. It's one that never goes out of style for me. I can name every single one of my teachers from pre-K all the way through the end of college. These people have a huge impact on your life, and a lot of times we pay lip service to them. We talk about how important they are, we talk about how they ought to be paid more, but we don't actually shine a light on them and remind people why they should be paid more and why we should be focusing on them. So anytime I get a chance to talk about teachers and how important they are, and now that I see them with my own children, I'm reminded all over again, you always got to thank the teachers.
It's an honor for me to be part of this campaign. I've grown up watching many people be a part of this campaign, and now that I've been asked to and I'm a part of it, it's truly an honor, especially because I'm a woman, especially because I'm a Latina, and to be able to do something like this for our community, to share, to be a positive voice. To me, that's truly a privilege. Embracing diversity is important because, for me, it doesn't matter where you come from, what skin color you are, or if you're a female or a male, or however you choose to live your life. At the end of the day, we're all one, we're all human, and love is the moving force of the universe, and that's what's important.
I'm so thrilled to be a part of this campaign. And, you know, it's about knowing more in our world, for our children, for our youth. And so to be able to talk about this and hopefully help people is very moving. And I'm honored to be selected. And it's an incredible campaign. Always remember the more you know, remember the whoosh, the star. Yeah. And I was like, what? I get to be the whoosh, the star? The part of the star? Part of the whoosh. Yeah. I like that. Let's do it. Sign me up. I'm the face of a campaign called What the Flush. So in my home is a very low efficient toilet. Saves 20,000 gallons of water per year. So I think little things like that, being able to save on our water, remembering the little things, turn your lights off, being able to ride share, drive, you know, to work with people, drive around the city with people, much like we do at Jeff Lewis's office. You know, I think the big thing about conserving energy and becoming more energy efficient is just doing little by little. It's almost as if, well, I don't want to start going to the gym because I need to lose so much weight that it'll never happen. But if you start with the little things, then you graduate to the next, you can really make a difference. And I think that we need to all do that as a world, is say, what can I do? And I want to do my part rather than just say, oh, that won't make a difference. Everything does. And so, for instance, you can put, you know, a low flow toilet in your home, and what people don't realize is that that can waste a lot of water. If the toilet isn't properly, you know, if the handle is running, those kind of things. Obviously watering less, putting in faux lawn, you know, all these kind of things can help you conserve water. Obviously, we need to conserve energy, ride your bike to work, then you're getting your exercise and you're conserving energy.
The More You Know is definitely one of the most prolific campaigns of all time, and I was inspired by it growing up. So to even have the opportunity to be a part of it, it's all full circle. I remember, you know, seeing that star come across the screen and actually learning and understanding the value and the lessons, and know that the media cared. I believe the More You Know campaign resonates with people because it's true and it's honest and it's real and it feels sincere. There's no gimmicks around it. It's just solid information that from people who really care. Today I had the opportunity to speak on and tackle some subject matters that are truly near and dear to my heart: community organization and volunteerism, being an advocate for anti-bullying, and the environment.
Feels great to tell our community the awareness, importance of things, and if I can give back something, I would love to. We spoke about the awareness of texting and driving, which I think is really important because you can take lives while you're texting. So you have to know the consequences if you text and drive. I don't know if they're showing some images or read the news, or I don't know, get some info about the accidents that have been happening because of texting. So many families losses and lots of accidents, so it's very important.
Well, it's an iconic campaign. I remember from when I was a kid, and it's important topics, and the first thing that a lot of people, I think, say when they see it come on is, hey, I know that person, and they listen to what they have to say. It's a little bit of a different setting, and so it's special to be on the other side of it. Well, in a world of so much controversy, I don't think there's much to disagree with in The More You Know. I mean, it's trying to share information about important topics that sort of help everybody out. And it shows that outside of maybe the regular settings where you see people who we're used to seeing on TV, they actually think about these other things. I'm a technology reporter, so talking about recycling is important. I mean, it's the planet that we're concerned about, and a lot of these devices have minerals in them, chemicals in them that can be dangerous. So people often don't think about that piece when they're getting rid of one phone and getting another, but it's important.
The more we know, the more we can do things for our life, to have better quality of life. I always say that information is power, and this is what this campaign is all about. Well, one of the topics I talked about is very dear to my heart, literally, and it's about how to prevent heart disease. It's one silent killer that takes many Hispanic lives every year, so I take it very much to heart, like I said. I have many friends that have had either a stroke or have died because of this disease. And funny enough, it's something that just by taking a few preventive steps, you can definitely reduce the risk of having a stroke or heart disease. My other topic was recycling, which is so important. I'm a big promoter of recycling. I recycle personally everything, including batteries, electronics. I always bring them to the station, to the network, because I know that they have the guys that always deal with electronics and with batteries. They know what to do with them, and I always bring them from home. I basically drag them from my house over there because it's very important to be conscious of what happens if we don't. If we just throw batteries and electronics on the ground, that's going to contaminate the soil. It's going to contaminate the underground water resource that we all end up using. So all that contamination ends up affecting us mostly.
I'm so thankful to be a part of the More You Know campaign. As a kid, I used to watch it on television, so now that I'm actually part of it, it really feels amazing to know that I'm able to help contribute to making a difference. There's many issues that I want to bring awareness to, and through the More You Know campaign, my goal is to bring awareness to anti-bullying and the environment. Both subjects are incredibly important, and we need to have a conversation about them. Diversity is essential to be embraced because we all fundamentally are human beings. We all have way more in common than we have different, and it's important that we focus on these commonalities.
I think that that very concise message with information that really helps us to better inform ourselves and educate our children, it's concise, it's to the point, and it's also very effective. Education is the ultimate tool of success. It is the ultimate way of reaching our American dream. Through education, we can guarantee that our children will have a better future than we did. And through education is how they can best confront the future problems, barriers, or vicissitudes that they may encounter. I think this campaign is a reminder that we have the responsibility to proactively support positively the things that can help our children and ourselves be better Americans, be better citizens, be better human beings.
It's exciting to be part of this. As a public figure, I think you have a duty or a responsibility to help create awareness to the things that are important to you. I think people, see it and identify with it quickly. It's always issues and stuff that matters to the common folk, and this is why people relate to it.